Welcome. Do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Exclusive.
Professor Banji Akintoye has been, given a narrative as the headline says Akintoye being forced to hand over leadership baton to Adeniran, says Ilana Omo. The Interim Executive Council of the Ilana Omo Worldwide yesterday said it rejected the selection and nomination of Wale Adeniran as the head of Ilana Omo in place of Professor Banji Akintoye. The Interim Executive Council of the Ilana Omo Worldwide yesterday said it rejected the selection and nomination of Wale Adeniran as the head of Ilana Modua in place of Professor Banji Akintoye. The group, in a statement jointly signed by its chairman, Taniwonwo Okusaga, and Secretary Kunle Adelakun Robodo, said that the new interim executive of the Ilana Modua Worldwide will not allow those with ulterior motives to undermine and the agenda of the self-determination movement. According to the statement, in line with its mandate, the executive would review the constitution of the organization, correct some anomalies, and elect officers as demanded by Congress. Now, the statement reads in part, the shady election was nullified by the Congress at the Secretariat of the Ilana Modua Worldwide on the ground that it was unjust, unconstitutional, undemocratic, and not transparent, free, fair, credible, and therefore voided. The executive maintaining that Ilana Omo being the foremost Yoruba self-determination group, must lead by a good example, declared that any attempt to force Wale Adeniran, who was fraudulently foisted on the group but who personally resigned and announced his decision to the public recently on account of his unabasting spurious character, shall be resisted as the organization is bigger than any other individual. Then furthermore, we are aware that the life of Professor Banji Akintoye had been threatened several times by Mr. Wale Adeniran and Mr. Maxwell Adeleye, with both of them pressurizing Akintoye to vacate the scene to pave the way for the installation of Adeniran as the Alano or the supreme leader, while Baba Akintoye would be reduced to nothing or to a mere patron and stooge. This is a failed coup d'etat. Meanwhile, all the empirical evidence shall be produced at the appropriate time. Then the Indian agenda being orchestrated by Adeniran, Maxwell, and their co-authors had been unearthed by members of the Ilana Modua. We have resisted their secret agenda and imposition plans both privately and publicly, and we are fighting the battle and we are not ready to give up the fight. Now, Adeniran and his co-traveler Adeleye are obviously bent on tarnishing or destroying the collective interest of the Yoruba people. It is extreme that absurd and it's okay. It is extremely sad, absurd, and uncouth. So I've seen a few elements who are hell bent to sabotage a long time dream of the sons and daughters of Yoruba for their personal greed and their selfishness. If not resisted, this could mortgage our future and that of our coming generation as a people with a common destiny. Nonetheless, the Executive Council and the General Assembly of Ilana Omodua will never allow this wrath to destroy the hope of the Yoruba nation. We want to state unequivocally that the Congress resolutions supersede the individual powers of the Ilana to impose illegalities on the Assembly of Ilana Omodua worldwide. Baba Adebanji Akintoye is reputed for failing to uphold the sanity and the sanctity of the Constitution of the Ilana Modua worldwide and is perceived to indulge in a divide and rule system which promotes acrimony and disdain. Issuance of certificates signed by non-members of Ilana Modua to unelected persons who are products of illegal and criminal electoral exercise as executives of Ilana Modua is both curious and unacceptable. Adebanji Akintoye's inconsistencies are style of pledging loyalties to the agenda of certain elements that than the collective will of the General Assembly of Ilana Modua worldwide paints the Ilano or Alano as an enemy of the General Assembly of the foremost Yoruba self-determination group. Conclusively, it is on record that the Congress on the 1st of November declared open by Professor Akintoye was not done in a secret sitting room in Cotonou, but at the Secretariat of the Ilana Modua Worldwide in Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. Now, we reiterate the fact that the certificates of the return being purportedly given out to Adeniro and a social media escort at a secluded place are not but a fraud comparable to the fallacy and the fraudulent concocted Nigerian 1999 Constitution. It is well known that Mr. Adeniro did not contest for the position of chairman during the Congress. Therefore, it is unbelievable and against the democratic norm to have seen Professor Akintoye begging the elected ESCO members produced by the Congress held in Ibadan on November 1st to accept Mr. Adeniro as the chairman of Ilana Modua. Though we understand the pressure being mounted on Baba Akintoye to vacate his position for Adeniro, notwithstanding, we are resolute in our collective decision to rescue the Yoruba from the detractors and the anti-progressive forces congregating in Cotonou, Republic of Benin. Yes, Nigerians, I know that you are all ears and you know the storyline. But in a nutshell, Ilana Modua might have been on ground, might have been floated, earlier or previously or for a long time before the ascension of Sunday Igboho, before he came in. And according to Sunday Igboho said he was not, coming because of Ilana Modua. He's not coming because of Yoruba Nation. The agitation started from when, his friend was killed, Dr. Aborodi, and that was when the agitation started. And Ilana Modua, Odua Nation might have been on ground, might have been sprouting. So the issue of bad governance, towards Nigerians, and the issue of nonchalant attitude from the government to the citizens, killing here and there, and no one is saying anything. So Ilana Modua came up. Even Arewa Consultative Forum came up thereafter. Biafra has been there. They have been doing their, secessionists, whatever. But it came to limelight during NSAS when there was a bad governance and no one was even saying anything. Well, the Yoruba are still suffering from the four causes of the late Alafin Aole of yesteryears. Well, this is coming from Ayodele, from the comment section, also from SIS. So, if Professor Akintoye has been planned, or there are coups against him to, leave the seat, so be it. Because even the person who they thought Ababaku self they run, they leave about. Well, I wish I could go further. Well, these are the storylines that we'll be giving you back to back as it unfolds. Well, this one going to draw the curtain. I'd like you to share your views in the comment section and don't forget to share this news so that others can be aware. Thanks for listening and God bless you.